welcome to Nerdy Up North at SunnyCon 2023. It is a nerdy podcast hosted by what is my problem?
Naughty nerd. The naughtiest of nerds.
I am one of your hosts, Sam.
And I'm the host, Paul. Yes, we have returned to SunnyCon. We were in a little room last year. Is that better? Is that okay?
You good?
All right. I'm not used to having things like this. Now, we are going to try and be child-friendly. Now, I can't promise that. Graham.
So did the royal family.
Oh. Start already. Is that better? Can you hear it now? Cool.
Yeah, is that cool?
Yes, we'll get there. But yes, we are making.
Is it that interview wrong with that?
Is that any better?
Yeah. Move that
You
mic.
keep all the mic.
Yeah, there we go.
You be in charge of the mic there. See, you're the boss.
That's fine.
That's fine. We'll get there. But yes, so we are making a triumphant return. Well, trying to. We are joined this year by Goodwill, or Captain Goodwill, who is part of the Trekking Up North podcast. Say hello, Goodwill.
Hello.
And
Show them the tips.
we are joined by.
Yeah.
I'm keeping no control of this today. And we are joined by Jake, who is part of the Gaming Up North, our Twitch channel.
I am, yes, resident animator.
Yes. And with no introduction needed,
None.
the Velvet, the Moist, the Snap.
Hello, everyone. Oh, can I...
You're giving the mic.
Hello, everyone.
Just give him the mic.
Oh, I can hear it.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, everyone who's complimented me on this attempted outfit. Don't really like it. I'm on Trekking Up North with Goodwill, and I've done all of the things, including Monsters Up North, which is hosted by Sammy.
Yeah. So, yes. So, after last year, we tried to keep it kid-friendly again, but I think the record was I swore 51 times, I think it was. So
Yeah,
this year,
for that, literally.
yeah. So this year we are going to keep it swear jar. So hopefully, as someone is keeping notes, every time we do swear, I will be adding £1 to charity. So that's supposed to be trying to keep us in check.
Can I just put a 50 in to start?
So, does that mean you're incentivized to swear or not to swear?
Just to try and not get complaints, really. I think that's probably the main thing. But as everyone who was in the podcast room last year knew, I upset the lovely Sammy quite a lot. It was a bit of a mistake.
Poor Jar Jar wasn't the same.
Yeah, because Sammy is a collector of anything nerdy, and she loves Jar Jar Binks.
I don't
And
know if we should admit that. Thank you.
Misa killed the franchise. But yeah. With that, she likes to keep her things pristine in boxes. But I don't. I think things need to be played with more than others.
Whole scene toys or
yeah,
you
yeah,
understand the
yeah.
message.
So yes. So I thought I'd say a little bit of an apology this year.
Oh,
And say I am sorry, and I have got you something.
oh God.
So, as we know, Sammy does do her own podcast. It's called Monsters Up North. And her favourite monster, who is it?
It's Creature from the Black
One
Lagoon.
thing.
It's Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Oh, but look how beautiful he is. So this is my apology to you, Sammy,
Uh-huh.
saying how much you do love him.
Uh-huh.
But he does look sad.
What you do?
Does everyone think he looks sad in his box? Oh, but look.
Oh, no.
Come on.
Maybe we should ask the audience to vote on this one.
There now.
Everyone who thinks he shouldn't open it, say yes. Everyone who thinks he should open it, say yes.
Oh my God. Sammy. So,
You're the
yes,
real one.
yes, thank you, Nova. So, Sammy, as a present,
It wasn't even a clean kill.
so there you go, Sammy. You can have him. It's all for you. And that is the moment you saw Sammy's soul leave
Still in
her.
the classic, like, eyes and everything. The dog is angry.
Yeah, the dog voted no.
I'm going to do a disclaimer after this.
Yes, you can punch it as well.
Oh my god. Well, thank you for Creature.
Yes.
The Manor Any Kid. Oh my gosh, right, okay.
But yes, if anyone has, I don't know if anyone is part of the Nerdy Up North community here. If you'd like to show your hands, if you are. Wow, more nerds than I was expecting. So it's not too bad. Not too bad. SunnyCon, yeah.
It's here.
Yeah, well, weeds and nerds go hand in hand. So yeah. So this year, like last year, we did a little bit of a contest where we thought we'd talk about 80s versus 90s movies, and I still don't think 90s films were better in the 80s. I don't know how old you are. Fuck off. Sorry.
And
Mark it down.
You had one
Thank
job.
One job, yes. This year we thought we'd take it a little bit to SunnyCon and think we'll talk about our favourite cartoons. Because everyone likes cartoons, depending on how old you are. Like, you could be as old as me and Sammy, or as young as Goodwill. Like, he is the baby of the group.
Really pushing it, this one, isn't he?
Yeah, you could be into those like old cartoons like
Oh,
Banana
that's right.
Oh, the 21.
Cool
Part of the
like
21 Club.
Yes. So do you want to do your disclaimer that you said on the BBC?
Oh yeah, I did. I said it on the BBC and it was very exciting. And I was on there the other day as well, promoting Monsters. So if you want, the interview's actually up on the Facebook page as well.
Yes. She's also given up on the Sunday podcast.
No, I have not. Oh.
Oh. Feedback.
Well, as I say every week, and I'm forgetting it already.
Too much.
think of the
Don't
North
think about
out there.
it.
And everything discussed in today's episode is our opinions, and it's our opinions alone. If you'd like to discuss anything from today's episode, please come and join us in the Facebook group where we can have an open discussion. What we won't have is anyone come in for us and telling us our opinions are wrong. We can all agree to disagree in fandom. So let's keep it fun, keep it kind, and keep the toxic behaviour out of nerdism.
Hey.
Thank you.
Well done now, Sammy. Good. So we're fan.
Wonderful.
So yes, who wants to take it away? We'll let Jake start.
Yeah, I think when I was a child, the biggest thing in the 90s was a bunch of green freaks who had crazy adventures in the sewers like we all dreamed of.
We're talking Toxic Crusader now.
No, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Not the
Turtles.
Yes.
Honestly, if you didn't live through the time when the Turtles came out, like in the 90s, like late 80s, like 90s, like the marketing blitz is like something you've never seen, I don't think, since. Like, I mean, it's always been around. Like, there is still Turtles, but I don't know, there was just something about it. We loved mutants in the 90s. I don't know if anyone else feels the same.
It was all about the Who's.
Yeah.
But yeah, Turtles was a fantastic franchise, and it's still going now. They're making a movie now, aren't they? The new movie's coming out this summer.
Yes.
Yeah, the same kind of animation as Spider-Verse.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, really? That sounds really good.
The trailer looked absolutely fantastic for it.
It does. It looks like they're trying to get the
Can you
heart
get off my
back.
creature?
A woman's never said that to me.
Yeah. Oh my. But yes, the Turtles.
Yeah. Well, that's what I said, like, they're bringing the heart back with this new stuff. Because I think, like, lately they've been, like, making them look freakier. Because I guess, like, you can't rip off somebody else's animation style. So if you make a new cartoon, you've got to make a new design. Which I think a lot of fans, like, hate. But at the same time, if you're making a show, you can't just, like, steal somebody else's idea. You've got to, like, make up your own. And, like, fair enough, it might not be what the fans think they want, but if they give things a chance, like, we've had lots of really great Turtles reboots. I think it's, like, one of the all-time greats. For some reason, because on paper, it's a completely unattractive prospect when you think about it.
Hang on. Are you saying sewers and mutants isn't what every kid dreams of?
It's what I dreamed of.
To be
That
fair,
explains so much.
though, I am old enough to remember. I don't know if you guys or people in the crowd are old enough to remember. The
Did your
Turtles.
crowd know?
The old Turtles comic that came out before the cartoon. That was based.
Yeah.
That was dark as hell. Dark as hell.
Dodging the swear jar there.
Just try
Think
it.
of the charity.
Think of the charity. Think of getting banned from SunnyCon and
It was dark, but I think it was
Swear
one
to
of
the
those
children.
cases where it was better. Like the kids' version was better. The cartoon, like overall, was like more complete package. Because like the old Turtles were edgelords, let's say.
that better bad guys. Like Leatherhead was always better in the comics than he was in the cartoon. Like what was the other ones? Rat King, Shredder, and
Oh, the
what
whole
and
guy.
what the hell was Krang? It was basically a brain.
hang on. Let's get on to Krang.
I knew this.
Now, this is the thing, though. You talk about how good the original comics are. The comics did not really have Krang in. They had like, what was it? It was like a... It was a thing with tentacles, but it wasn't a brain. Yeah,
No.
rubbish. But then, Krang, one of the greatest cartoon villains ever, where you just go look at it and being like, what the swear jar is that? You know, like, it's just... You know, I love the idea of just going, oh yeah, make me an android body. And it's just like, okay, I'm going to take a lot of drugs and then have an attempt.
Making a giant
it's
baby.
like, so you're going to be in the abdomen, okay, of a pretty much naked, like, I don't know, sumo wrestler with like 80s 3D goggles.
Very Max Power, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was just, if you haven't seen the original animated Turtles, it is the most surreal villain in the entire world, who still manages to be threatening, which is pretty good.
He is and he isn't, because him and Shredder have this kind of like old married couple kind of vibe between them, where they like really like take little pot shots at each other in between
There's
missions.
weird queer vibes between them, and considering one is a brain, like,
Well, it could be a testicle as well.
brain slash testicle.
Like, Shredder didn't tell me when you were coming home last night.
Maybe that's what we're missing, like the after effect of Shredder and Krang, like the later years.
Let's not go into this because there will be slash fiction online. And
Copious.
no,
Oh dear. So
take
Goodwill,
Google away.
Goodwill, what were your childhood memories of favourite cartoons as a child?
What was my childhood favourite cartoon?
Yes.
Wow.
It was only last week.
35.
Sure.
Give or take.
That's how many sucked in the pot now.
Oh.
Somebody saw Bob. I got witnesses. No, my favourite cartoon as a child was Thundercats. I adored Thundercats. I adored the theme tune. I adored Mumra.
Mumra.
Yeah.
When he's absolutely raging in the intro, he's like, "Meow." So there's toilet paper flying everywhere. It's absolutely fantastic.
Can you imagine dating Mumra and he takes that long to get ready every day? You're like, come on, we've got to go out, and he's just like, hang on, I've got to do the ritual.
Can you imagine how much Andrex he goes through?
Yeah,
Can you imagine him during the pandemic? He'd be absolutely sledgehammer.
He's the reason like supermarkets ran out because Mumra was just like, oh, sorry, I've got to transform this week.
I mean, what a glow up though. He basically turns from like a crotchety like cloak figure into like a wrestler, like an aliens.
We need him on Drag Race. That is
Yeah.
like,
And Mumra on Drag Race.
yeah, but like,
It's already got the theme tune.
Instead of mum rats, mum yarn. But no, I loved Thundercats when I was a child. I collected all the toys, Lionel figure. Maybe a bit suggestive now, don't care. Thunder Tank, if anyone's selling a Thunder Tank, let me know.
With the big claws.
With the big claws and everything. Like everything, the house, what was it? The lair?
The Thundercats lair.
The Thundercats lair?
Thunder lair.
The Thunder lair.
Just
I
make
did
it
really
up.
search for that
I
in
think that
mind.
everything is prefixed by thunder.
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 See, when I was a kid though, you were always either a Thundercats fan or a He-Man fan.
I was never a He-Man.
So you were never a fan of the
I
He-Man.
was never a He-fan.
Why were you not a fan of the He-Man?
I had to hit
like-
puberty to appreciate He-Man properly, basically.
Lionel was ginger.
Right, so it was the redheads for you then.
It was the redheads as well. Yes. As a fellow ginger, I felt sympathetic.
Representation.
Representation.
It is
yes.
important. It is important, yes.
Yeah.
So Thundercats was your boy. So you weren't a He-Man fan. Was anyone in the crowd a He-Man fan? He-Man! Yes!
We have one here.
Me.
There's got to be more He-Man fans in the audience than is there only one
Done.
In this young
You've got
audience,
two, Goodwill.
Yes.
Oh no, wait,
no,
wait. You got two, Paul. There
Yes,
we go.
sir.
Two, Paul. Paul, who was a Thundercats fan? You're beaten here, Paul.
This
You
is
can't
the
take
tight-
them all.
Can't beat the tight Lycra, to be fair. Saying that though, they did have a bet on last year that if we got so many followers, that which didn't get, thank God,
Yeah.
that I was going to cosplay as Lionel, and nobody wants
Hold
to
on.
see that.
What was
Hold
the
on a
time
minute.
limit on that exactly?
Hold on a minute. I always said if we got 10,000 subscribers to the Nerdy Up North YouTube channel, Paul will, doesn't have a choice, dress as Lionel.
And let's be honest, who wants to see that?
I want to see that.
Silent.
What is wrong with you people?
That's it.
What is the matter?
From Lionel to
Oh my.
Oh my.
What about you, Sammy? What would you say is your favourite cartoon?
Oh my gosh, I have so many. The one that will always come to mind is the raccoons. Remember the raccoons?
Cyril Sneer, man.
Oh, you're the best.
What was Cyril Sneer though?
Who cares?
Mistake.
I always thought you were the representation of corporate greed. That's it.
You really went deep with that one.
If greed had a face.
It will be so
Yeah.
So the raccoon.
The leftover part.
Don't know what these bits are for.
Bran.
Ouch.
But the raccoon was my absolute hero. He loved peanut butter sandwiches. And for nearly 10 years of my life, that's all I ate.
Peanut butter
It
sandwiches.
literally 10 years of my life was peanut butter sandwiches. My mum hated the fact that I was so obsessed with this fictional character that I based my whole diet on him. So yeah, he has a lot to answer for. So the raccoons is my favourite.
You used to have a cool theme tune. I'm just trying to remember it now.
The Everglades Forest.
Yeah. Oh,
It had an amazing tune.
Yeah, it was like
It
quite
was a really
like,
good theme.
but for some reason I'm just
But it
thinking.
was like talking over the top of it, and then there was like music in the background.
But for some reason, all I've got in my head is the Animals of Farthing Wood.
Oh,
The most
no.
depressing cartoon ever in the world.
Oh,
Well,
I'm
let's not
really
talk about
crying.
Why don't you just talk about water shit down?
Oh no!
If any parents make their kids watch it down, that is childhood abuse. I'm sorry. It is not a nice film.
Absolutely not. Graham?
Oh, hello.
Oh,
Alden.
Thank you.
I kind of really struggled for this because, like, all of the stuff that I loved as a child, most of it I don't really watch anymore. And then all the stuff I was going to mention is all anime. And then you're like, oh, well, we're talking about cartoons, are we? And there's a big.
there's anime you can talk about.
But
What's anime?
wait, hold on, no.
Is that hentai?
What is all this stuff on the wall?
No, for me, my favourite cartoon as a kid was actually She-Ra.
Princess of Power.
Wow, that was a good show. Like, it was it was just a weird thing where they were like, okay, He-Man's really successful. Let's make He-Man for girls. And then it was 10 times darker and really edgy, and you're like, what?
Were they brother and sister, or are they?
Yeah, they were brother and sister.
They are brother and sister.
Yeah.
Well, they're
So
like
Dora
Luke and
and
Leia
Adam.
type brother and sister.
Yeah, no. Maybe on the internet, but let's not look.
And they were in like one Christmas special together, right? Where
Yeah.
like Skeletor discovers Christmas and he's like, Christmas,
I will destroy Christmas. But it was really weird that, like, the villain in She-Ra was the Horde, which was just this huge, horrendous, like, space army that took over planets and stuff. And the scale of it was so much bigger than Skeletor being like, I'm going to mess them stuff up. You know, he wasn't really threatening very much, Skeletor, because he's literally some guy burnt his face, and we've all done that.
Yeah, with acid apparently.
That was me trying to do Hello Fresh for 3 months.
Oh, really?
But no, but I
We
absolutely.
are up for
I love
advertisement, by the
them.
way.
I have the toys, the She-Ra toys, as a kid, and then I still have to come out to my parents and.
What's your gear?
Yeah. What? News to me. But yeah, it's that thing of just going, I was trying to make it easy for you, but okay. You know. But they had hair. All the Masters of the Universe with the same body. She-Ra ones had hair, and like all the stuff we're getting here, where you look at the stuff on the store with the vendors, and it's the coolest thing in the entire world, and you have to have it. It was like that, and I was like 6. Actually, I don't want to give my age away. Because, yeah,
You're 21.
No one knows how old I am. 21. No, to be fair, the guy wants to know how old I am. They just have to take me home and count my rings.
I was going to say, you handled that one very well, very well.
But did you check out the reboot on Netflix?
Yeah.
Yes.
It was really
It
good.
was so
How
good.
good was it? Like,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, well, it's my favorite thing. They're going to ruin it. They're going to make it all shit and modern.
Yeah.
Oh, it was for a good cause, so. And it could have been worse. But yeah, no, but it's the remake of She-Ra is so good. They've totally taken it in a different direction, so it doesn't trample on the original, and it's become this amazing other thing. And the amount of young people nowadays adore it. There's a bit of a pun, adore it. It's, I don't know why the shared voice was that.
Snap out of it!
But I can't even do it.
That was my Chad Michaels impression, sorry.
Yeah. But no, like that's what you want when you want remakes and you want studios like touching stuff that you loved as a child. You want them to do something new with it that engages a new audience rather than just trying to capture the, for money,
Yeah. That was pretty much like the new Masters of the Universe, like Kevin Smith did.
Yeah.
A lot of people did give it. I'm going to swear here because it's unfair. A lot of people did get unwarranted shit because it went in different directions than it hasn't went before. It basically focused on Taylor rather than being on He-Man, which was exciting, new, and like say, it was well done.
I mean, I didn't like it because it was really badly written.
Right.
But, but I like what they attempted to do directionally.
Right. But that's the thing. It's all about opinions. But I quite enjoyed it. I thought it was a good take on, like, say, a different thing. But no, like, it's a weird one with me because with us being an 80s child, and I love anything to do with the 80s, I have to admit, the 90s kind of had us beat when it comes to cartoons, especially when Cartoon Network came out originally, and it started producing all the old stuff. But like when we got things like the Powerpuff Girls, Dexter's Laboratory, Cow and Chicken, and all the things that came out like that, and I was a little bit gutted at the time as well because I was just starting to get at the age where it wasn't cool to be like cartoons anymore, especially like where I grew up.
You worried about Dragon Ball Z came out though, and everyone was like, "Oh, cartoons."
Speak for yourself. I was watching Fairly Odd Parents every damn day.
What was that about?
Fairly Odd Parents.
Never heard of it.
I've heard of it.
You've never heard of Fairly Odd Parents?
Too cool.
They have.
See, I'm not cool. I just like the Goonies.
Apparently
Did they ever do a Goonies cartoon? They should have. Now, can we come back?
Cut the mic.
You don't about the Goonies.
Anyone like the Goonies here? Yes, Goonies never see it die.
Has anyone never seen the Goonies?
Oh my god.
No.
Yeah, what the hell was Cow and Chicken? Like, seriously.
One was a cow, and one was a chicken.
But like, who thought of that? Because like the parents were cut in half, and like he used to like drive his car with his feet, which is like great commitment to the bit.
Yeah, but then you had like Cat Dog as well, and you're like, are these ideas coming out of a hat? Okay, it's a cat.
What if it was stitched together?
But they used to do, like I say, when it comes to cartoons as well, one of the things that does stand out is the theme tunes. And we, like, as grown up, they used to have the best theme tunes ever, like one from like Rescue Rangers, like Chip and Dale, Rescue Rangers. What was the other one?
I love that. I was streaming the remaster of that on Twitch a couple of months ago, actually. And I knew all of the words for the
It's
whole song.
terrifying
And I'm like,
when you do that.
you can't remember anyone's name that you just met, but you can remember the whole DuckTales lyrics.
Precious childhood memories like falling away.
So, what was your favorite theme tunes to like say like the cartoons? Here we go.
Life is like a hurricane. Duckburg. Great translations airplane.
Oh my God.
It's a Duckburg.
Anyway,
What was that one?
What was that one?
What about
who
you?
are you, Paul?
I don't know who I am anymore. DuckTales. What about you? What would you say is your favorite like theme?
Oh gosh, mine doesn't have any words, but it is the X-Men one.
They're keeping that for the new series.
Yeah.
Has anyone got a release date for that?
End of the year.
Very well.
Best I can do.
What about you, Jake?
My favorite themes?
Theme song.
I kind of like the 90s Spider-Man cartoon because it was like a cool version of the old Spider-Man. The one that you grew up with, Paul, the old man.
Sorry, talking about being old. Did anyone go and see the new Spider-Verse movie? How amazing was that movie? That just blew me away. Like anything to do with it was amazing. But I levitated off my seat in the cinema. Sammy was sitting next to us and she just pissed herself laughing at us. Sorry. During when the original old-fashioned Spider-Man just come on the music in, I actually got so excited. That was the best thing I've ever
It's
seen.
2 frames of
story.
animation.
Yes, two frames made it, but yes, go and see that movie.
Yeah, Spider-Verse, I would say, is kind of like the pinnacle of like modern animation. Like I guess like there's nothing else like it, which in 2023 is tough to do. But yeah, it's a great movie.
Certainly. But
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, yeah, just I think it was like Spider-Man.
But yeah, but they were like they got the guitars in.
Yeah, it was quite like rock a bit.
You can tell the magicians of the group. Yeah.
Magicians.
Magicians, yeah.
Musicians.
Same difference.
They're both underpaid.
Look weird.
To be fair, like say the banging one though, the one that does stick in your head constantly, you can't get rid of, is the Pokemon thing. And just with us doing the Pokemon episode like not too long ago, and having to watch them, that theme tune is embedded in my head forever. And I was going to sing it, but it's not going to happen.
Well, I think here's a surprise to Paul. He's going to do the whole poker rap right now.
No,
Surprise!
Ready for the poker rap? Oh, you got what it takes to be the best.
I've got to take it. No, I really don't. I really don't.
It is the ultimate test.
It is the ultimate test to be the best.
Go on, then, Graham, what's-
I was actually going to bring this up, like how crazy good all of the theme tunes were when I was a kid. Like all of these, like even the stuff that was older than I am. Like you had Jamie and the Magic Corp that had a proper banging tune. You had Bertha. Do you remember Bertha?
Bertha, yes.
It wasn't a cartoon, but it just had this amazing theme tune. But like, I don't know, there's so many good ones. Like you've gone through lots of them. Yeah, Ulysses. You had oh, what was that?
Oh,
No, there's so many good ones, and they've totally left my head.
I tell you
There's
what,
a good
yeah,
one.
that's a good one.
Hold
Yeah,
on.
now we're showing our age now.
Well, yeah, but hold on, let's ask the
anime
audience. What,
technically.
has anyone got a favourite childhood cartoon theme?
Oh, Paul. Rhubarb and
Rhubarb and
custard.
Yeah.
Pole position.
Pole position.
Oh my.
Can you hum it?
No, cool.
You need to be on this team. You're the expert.
Pole position now.
What position?
Okay, we're gonna. After this, we'll Google it.
The mask. I remember the mask.
Yeah.
Sailor
Sailor
Moon.
Moon. Yeah, that's a good one. Any others? What? Shaman King?
No.
I've not heard about Brave Star though, but
Oh,
that's
fuck.
maybe think about Brave Star. Oh, I'm gonna have to look up. I'll have a look on the TikTok.
Transformers.
Yeah, too.
Trans.
Scooby Dooby.
Oh, Inspector Gadget.
Gadget.
Oh my god.
But like,
I wanted to be the claw.
Oh.
So, you know,
yeah.
imagine if that was your job. You're just evil in a seat with one hand being like, actually, wait, that's a bit worrying.
All you need is one hand. All you
You're
need is one.
enjoying this evil a bit too much.
Like the worst / best thing about cartoon theme tunes is they used to like use fake animation that you weren't gonna see when you watched the show. They like put all of the budget in, and then you would watch like Scooby Doo be the same background over and over again. But it'd be like this lavish, like animated cutscene at the start.
Okay, animators, you've got 5 minutes.
To be fair though, the backdrops for Scooby Doo were always amazingly done. Like everything was just perfect.
I mean, someone had to paint like 1,000 feet of hallway.
Yeah.
Because like,
1,000 feet of hallway?
well, yeah, because they just had to keep moving the little fella.
They didn't loop it at all. No trickery.
Oh,
I just remembered actually, this is really obscure. My favourite theme when I was a kid was in the 90s, and it was called Avenger Penguins. Does anyone remember that at all?
Has it got anything to
Yeah.
do with the game where they go up the ladders
No,
and then
no.
down the game?
It was Cosplay Hall, who are a massive, famous animation studio, and it was the most. What the hell is this? Why did this get off the ground? It's got a banging theme tune, so look that up on the Tubes of You.
What drugs were you on when you saw this one?
I was 15, so low.
I was. But when we go like not from the childhood ones as well, when we got a bit older, we did get a few edgier cartoons. We got like the Beavis and Buttheads,
Count Duckula.
Count Duckula. Oh, what a
Edgelord Duckula. I'm not going to drink blood, I'm going to drink tomato ketchup. I'm like, oh, fine, it's a phase.
you never grew out of the phase or so. But the ones that always did stick by us, and it was probably like due to like say the times I grew up into the grunge area, Daria. Like how good Daria was as a cartoon growing up And he used to like give proper life lessons, like don't go with that stranger in the car. Bad news will happen.
There aren't any puppies.
No, no puppies in that car. I don't know what's any other grown up cartoons that you guys got into.
I definitely loved Beavis and Butthead, but that was like at a time where I shouldn't have been watching Beavis and Butthead. And it was very
Your
much,
best time.
it was
Your
very
best
much
time to watch it.
like sneak downstairs and try and catch something like in the night, like on Friday nights. I'm like, I don't know what. It was on MTV for a while, but I think I had to catch it later. But no, I just Beavis and Butthead is just ending hilarious. But it is interesting that Dario was just a throwaway, like, you guys kind of character, and then got her own like totally like ballad show and just totally divorced it from it, which was a really good move because you can't really have the two coexist like the attitudes.
Well, we could do a whole show about like best spin-offs. Like, you know, stuff like that where you just go,
Yeah.
because there's so many like Joey that didn't work.
Yeah.
And like Daria was like,
Joey wasn't
well
that
done.
bad.
Stop
Joey
talking
wasn't
about Joey.
bad. It wasn't.
Cut his mic again.
let's not ask the audience on that one.
But yes. Other adult cartoons that like see you grew up with as well, which you shouldn't kind of grow up. South Park.
South Park, definitely.
South Park.
Yes. That
Yes.
it was a bit risky for like.
Oh
when it
my
first
God,
came.
they killed Kenny.
You bastards.
Wow.
That's a trap.
Oh,
It's a trap. But yes.
South Park came out at a time when I was at primary school. That's right, I'm that young. And all the cool kids loved South Park. And then the movie came out, and it was that song.
yeah.
Nope.
Captain Man
Do you have enough money to deal with this?
very poor to see, Kyle's mom. But for me, South Park was always that, and then obviously we had The Simpsons, which was just a cultural icon for the 90s. And then, for me, Archer.
Oh, okay.
Any Archer fans in?
Yeah.
Fine. Fine. Fine.
What?
But no, Archer was like, what if James Bond was an even bigger douche? And I absolutely loved it. And it was one of those where I could just watch it on loop again and again and again.
This is Goodwill trying to plug his Archer episode that he's been trying to get involved in for
Oh
about
dear boy. We're
over a
doing it
year
really
now.
right
That he's been saying, "Let's do an Archer episode. Let's do an Archer."
No, we're
To
doing
be
it.
fair though, Archer is one of those shows that has an amazing supporting cast.
Yeah.
You know, it's not about Archer, it's about everyone else. You love every character in it. Like Krieger. I use the my can only get so erect. That is my default response on most messaging apps.
Or the way that Archer gives these elaborate porn voicemail messages, where he's like, he's under fire, and he's like, and Mallory's like, Sterling, elaborate porn message.
I really feel like I need to watch this now.
Have you never seen it?
Never seen it. No.
You're a fan of Bob's Burgers, though, aren't you?
Massively.
Yes.
If you're a fan of Bob's Burgers, I mean, who else loves Bob's Burgers here?
Oh yeah,
There we go. They like it.
But it's H. John Benjamin as Archer.
Oh, is it the guy?
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah,
They do a
There's
spin-off
even a Bob's
episode.
Burgers crossover
Yeah.
during the episode where
Okay.
Archer like goes undercover as Bob.
Alright, I'll give it a go.
But it's Mallory Archer alone and Pam's Gossip.
I mean, it couldn't be an episode of the podcast without me admitting I've not watched
Yeah.
something, so.
Oh, bless poor Sammy. She's saying Ghostbusters. You can tell her about Ghostbusters, and that goes on to another cartoon that you probably
That's about it.
yeah. The
That's all
real,
I've seen.
Which Ghostbusters cartoon? Hang on now.
the real Ghostbusters.
Not the wait, not those horrible.
Not the one with the monkey.
Oh.
Oh, no, not that one. No.
I remember the monkey one, that was so many years of disappointment as a kid, seeing Ghostbusters advertised on the TV,
Yeah.
and turned on realizing,
not that.
it's not the Ghostbusters,
That's
I
not
know.
that.
To be
No.
fair though, I've never given it the time of day. Is it actually any good, or is it?
No.
Oh,
Has anyone else watched? Does anyone else enjoy it?
What
the
Hanna-Barbera
The original Ghostbusters, not the good one.
Not the real Ghostbusters, but the Ghostbusters.
It's up there with the Hair Bear Bunch, I think, for Forgotten in the Snow. For like Forgotten.
It was very Scooby-Doo. They had a van and everything.
They had a van.
Every Hanna-Barbera group had a vehicle.
Yes,
The Hair Bear
exactly.
Bunch had an invisible bike.
I was actually going to point out like wacky races. Like, how good. All of the Hannibal, like you had Catch the Pigeon, where you just like get a gun, like just
We'll catch it that way.
obviously not gonna survive a whole length of show with that like premise. But like wacky races, I always like the idea of us being in wacky races.
Yeah.
And it's, no, because we could have me and Goodwill in some kind of Trek-mobile where it's basically like the Starship Enterprise on wheels or something.
Right.
You could have you and Dan in some kind of Monsters Up North. That would be like the haunted
Time
house
machine.
vehicle they
The
had.
mystery
Yeah,
machine.
yeah.
Oh my god, yeah.
Can I have Penelope Pitstop?
Well, no, you two could be together in some kind of wrestling mobile.
Yeah.
And then we just have Jessica and the Penelope
Maybe
hip
give each other
hop permanently adjusting lipstick.
But the thing is, over Wacky Races, why it was so good, because Dick Dastardly could have won them races,
Yeah.
hands down, so easily. But he always made it too elaborate.
He's just
He was just an idiot.
They didn't even mention that there were laps. They literally just went, oh, Dick Dastardly, like, oh, I've got the fastest car. I'll drive miles ahead. Stop. Get out. Put a, like, devise a trap for the people behind us. And then lose the race. And you're like,
He was an
either someone
innovator.
hasn't explained how races work. Or, you know, it's just like, just win the race.
But no, he wanted to kill everyone behind him.
Yeah.
He literally wanted to murder people.
I actually love this troll energy.
Yeah.
Dick Dastardly was pure troll energy.
That's a lot of things as well. But all them type of cartoons were brilliant. Like if you think about Tom and Jerry or
Yeah.
the Looney Tunes with Wile E. Coyote and like say the Roadrunner. Like the amount of elaborate ways he tried to kill that Roadrunner with like so many acne things. It was just absolutely ridiculous, dropping
I
things on
was
him.
devastated just now when I found out that acne was not real.
Did you guys ever
It's
see?
practically Amazon.
Right.
Actually, it's basically the Amazon.
Speaking of Wile E. Coyote, did you guys ever see Seth MacFarlane's cartoon comic?
So it's not just me who can't say words.
Couple of cartoon comedies where it was basically B-roll of Family Guy reject
No.
flashbacks, and one of them was what happens if Wile E. Coyote caught the Roadrunner,
What
and he
happened?
just fell into a deep state of depression. He lost his job. He lost his friends.
Yeah. Wile E. Coyote had a job.
He had a job, yeah, he was in marketing.
Acne is expensive.
Yeah, it's very, Acme.
Anvils.
Yes, exactly. He was in investments, I think. But he fell into a deep stage of depression, and he was about to unalive himself. And in the end, they were like, "How did he survive Roadrunner dying? He found God."
Wait,
Wow.
Yep.
that's really surreal. I
That's
love
really
that.
deep.
That reminds me of like Robot Chicken when they did What If Gargamel Caught the Smurfs?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people don't remember, but Gargamel wanted to eat the Smurfs. and then he's like sitting there with his little plate being like, oh,
But didn't he
terrible.
didn't Gargamel create Smurfette?
Yeah.
So why didn't he just eat her? Or if he could create Smurfs, just create a
Wait,
Why did Gargamel create a female Smurf? That's the question we should be asking.
I
Why
think
would
it's-
We're gonna be in the Johnny Zarko monologue territory here.
No, like, to be fair, I'm the easiest word. Fuck Gargamel, introducing gender rules to the Smurfs.
Yeah, you did, you did.
Come on, let him do whatever.
So yes, just to get interesting take like from the crowd. What would you say your favorite cartoons? Just like shout out some random
Randomly
ones
shout
that
them
we
out.
might not have heard before. Space Ghost. You're showing your age, my friend. There,
Are
sir.
you meaning Space Ghost or Space Ghost Coast to Coast? Oh my god, okay, touche.
BoJack Horseman.
What?
Among the gardens of Eve.
Oh my god, I'm showing my.
There's a lot of little
People. Politics and peace.
that is not a prepared book.
I knew them.
But saying that though, almost as good as the pudding piece, the shoe people.
The shoe
You've never seen the shoe people?
That sounds like something your mum made up to
Oh, no,
terrify you.
I had it recorded on
If you don't
VHS.
clean your teeth, the shoe people look at you. And your mum is Cher also.
I will share images of the shoe people just to treat. The raggy dog.
Raggy dog. Anyone else ready?
Yes.
He's full of them.
Yeah.
Johnny Bravo.
No, he got cancelled. He's not allowed.
Are there any from this area? We've done the count.
Oh,
That,
the greatest cartoon
See,
ever made.
no, this is the thing though. You know where we talked about there's cartoons and animes and the different beasts. Batman, the animated series, it's a whole other thing. It was so good. Like they literally went, yeah, let's get an orchestra to do the soundtrack. And you're like,
Let's
what?
make these basically
So good.
movies and episodes. Like
Yeah.
got the second episode, the one with Dr. Dr. Friesen. Heart of Ice is one of the best cartoon episodes ever made.
Yeah.
It's so beautifully done.
And most cosplayers would be out of a job if it hadn't have created Harley Quinn.
Yes.
It's,
I think.
People at the back.
yeah.
I saw people at the back.
Any hands at the back? Favorite cartoon?
Shout them out.
Oh.
Go.
Just get out. Just leave. No.
What?
Yes, sir?
Oh, Clone Wars. Yeah.
Sorry? Is that?
Yeah. Clone
What,
Wars.
what?
Kids Next Door.
Code name kids.
I can't hear you.
Oh hell yeah! I can talk that sounds like an implement.
Megatex Lab was like a show about a guy who looked like Guy Fieri who made a super robot, you know, like a Voltron.
Yeah.
But he had his hot rod car on the top. Actually, kind of looks like a Goodwill, like beefed up.
It's called not
Henchwill. Henchwill.
Henchwill.
It was basically like anime done in America, in that he would like fight kaijus with his giant robot with his hot rod on the top. It was excellent. Oh, well done.
This sounds amazing. Oh, that's really good. Hold on. Have you?
Yes, it wasn't very good. Sorry, shots fired.
Any from over here?
Darkwing Duck. Oh, there's a
Duck.
classic.
Oh, when
like
there's
Disney
W
afternoon
called
guy.
There we
DW.
go.
Oh,
There we go.
but seeing that though, one we haven't mentioned that was before, well ahead of its time, the Animaniacs. Yeah, that was absolute.
That was
Powerpuff
pushing
Girls.
the
I've
envelope.
already
The
mentioned
amount of jokes they tried to get away with. Rugrats.
Right.
Sorry?
Robot Jones. Whatever happened to, I haven't seen
I
that.
thought you were asking.
Whatever. Do we know where Robot Jones is?
We'll have to find
We'll
out.
have to go and find it. I've not heard that one.
Is it on Netflix or anything? Oh, damn it.
Oh, well,
We'll
we're
find
out.
it out in the wild sea of the internet.
We'll find it on that dodgy stick because we're dodgy up north, so it's
Dodgy
fine.
stick. Don't say the term dodgy stick.
Someone over here mentioned Tailspin, which is
Oh,
what happens
yeah.
if you give Hulu a pilot's license.
Yeah.
It was brilliant. Even though they used-
Absolutely.
How dare you?
That
Oh,
doesn't
damn.
have a good spin-off.
Yes.
It doesn't have a good spin-off.
Yeah.
Baloo from the Jungle Book suddenly becomes a pilot.
Get the
I know
pilot.
times are hard, but you know.
So yeah, so because
Gargoyles. Gargoyles.
that's going to be a live action movie.
Is it?
It should be.
I thought there was something happening.
should
I
be.
always get gargoyles confused with goblins.
To be fair though, Gargoyles is one of the sexiest cartoons on there is.
To be fair,
Goodwill's like green, the amount of like original
Yeah.
theories.
That's got to go down as an
to be
adult
fair,
comment.
the Gargoyles is also known as Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Yeah.
What they did next.
Yeah.
Just like the entire
Jonathan Frakes
John
decided
Delancey,
to live in the castle above the cloud so he could resurrect Gargoyle.
Yeah, and you're like, you were a millionaire, mate.
Right.
Just buy a gun. You know?
We'll wrap up now.
What?
What's Star Trek?
TNG.
Did they ever
What,
do
oh,
it?
what Star Trek?
Joke
What's
about
Star
what-
Trek?
Did you- did-
Well,
Miles.
Miles. Don't. We
Trek
might summon them.
But yeah, Smiles. Yes, I think, like I said, we'll wrap up now. It's descending into a bit of chaos. So yes, we are a bit of a, like I say, a nerdy podcast that we do go out live on a Sunday. We won't be live tonight because we're here. They are live on a Friday night with Goodwill and Graham doing Star Trekking up north. On a Monday, we do have Monsters Monday with the wonderful Sammy talking about all the monsters. What's the next one?
oh, this week is Phantom of the Opera. And it's a good episode.
And it's great because this time we remembered to all watch the same
Yes,
movie.
we did.
We did do an episode the other week, and it was The Invisible Man.
Yes.
And Graham was involved with that. And like, all I'm going to say
I
is
didn't
go,
see anyone.
No.
please go and watch it, because for the first about 10 minutes before we went live, we could not press record because some arsehole wouldn't stop us laughing.
Basically, I'd stolen Mum Ra's Andrex. Just waiting it run ahead.
Basically, Graham decided to do his best Claude Rains impression, and it really paid off.
You fools.
You balls.
But yes, we do have a lot of members of the podcast team who's been on the podcast as well, and probably people coming on the podcast in the future.
We've had the amazing Baron LeVay there dressed as Oliver. Round of applause for Baron LeVay because they guested on Trekking Up North in their amazing Janeway cosplay. So
Yes, and a big thank you to our the person who puts us up here and gives us the chance to do this. And her name is Double D, Dildo Donna. And if you ever watch our what was it?
Which one? Which one?
The episode where Donna stuck a dildo on her head.
Could be any of them.
did you dream that?
Okay.
Not too
Yes,
It's not an emoji.
We'll find it.
it was probably one of the worst films we ever watched.
Oh, yes, that's right. Oh.
What was it, Donna? Donna, what was the film?
Is that all?
Oh, God, no, yes. Please do not watch that movie. It is very, very hard to watch. Yes. Anything?
I think.
No, so-
Yeah, just go on.
So Nerdy Up North, we've got a fantastic Facebook community, over 8,300 people so far, so you can find us on Facebook at Nerdy Up North. We have Twitch, the fantastic Dave, who is... What are you looking?
I don't know. They're holding up weird signs.
Who's holding on with
Ah.
All right, no. I thought we're fine. We'll wind up now. Don't worry, it's fine.
No, it's a wrap.
So we've also got a Nerdy Up North Twitch channel where me and Jay try successfully to play games and unsuccessfully be funny.
You die a lot.
Yes, Paul sometimes joins in
No.
with Sonic because Paul absolutely loves Sonic the Hedgehog. So if you see Paul around, you should go, hey,
Sonic is a bleep, but yeah.
Oh, you owe me a third race. We've done
I am not
2
playing that
Sonic
game
races. You won the first one, I won the second one. You owe me Sonic 3, the great Sonic Race 3.
And the good news is, Whitty's been in the splash zone here. We do have a few giveaways which we are going to try and throw into the crowd.
I know what you guys all came here for.
So we'll let Sammy do her best throws as well. So if anyone wants to
Throw
catch,
prizes into the audience.